Chris, Hayward Area Chamber of Commerce. Good morning, Chris. How are you doing?
I am doing well, Mark. It's a great day. How can it not be? I woke
Well,
up in Hayward this morning.
you sound a little hoarse. Did you have a lot of conversations last night?
Well, yeah, as a matter of fact, I did. Yes. Yeah, it was a great night last night at our Business After Five event, which was hosted by the American Birkebeiner Ski Foundation right across the parking lot from us.
Yeah, you
Great
didn't have to
turnout.
walk very far.
Yeah, it was great to see you there and have you there, Mark. Great, it was great weather last night, great setting, great food, great conversation, just good camaraderie all around. So
Yeah,
we really enjoyed that.
yeah, it was a good night. Plus, I came out ahead $80, so that was kind of nice.
Yeah, you had a really good night, Mark. I was glad to see that. Um, no, that was great because we always, one of the things that we do each time at our Business After Fives, we have a 50-50 raffle, and you were a supporter of that by buying raffle tickets, lucky enough to win.
Yeah,
And that supports actually our public restrooms here downtown. So that's always a big part of it too, that each month we get to do a little extra fundraising for those public restrooms as well. So
right. Yeah,
it was also neat though, as being there, the Berkey had a chance to talk about future visions and specifically Mount Telemark Village and what's going on up there.
uh,
They've got a heck of a fundraising campaign that is underway. Just a little bit north of $10 million they're looking to raise, and
right.
they're almost halfway there. Now that leaves a pretty good amount to go yet, but that's a really exciting thing for our area.
Yeah, I'll be talking to Blair next Thursday about that here on the radio.
That's awesome. That's awesome. It's such a neat thing, not only for tourism, but hey, for those of us lucky enough to live here,
Yeah,
it's really cool to have that there and what's going to be. So we're really fortunate there.
yeah. Well, what's happening in the Hayward area, and what's the chamber involved in here in the next couple of weeks?
Well, right now we're literally even less than a month away from our Hayward Fall Festival. That's going to be taking place on Saturday, September 23rd. It's going to be downtown Hayward, Wisconsin, as it normally is. That's our tradition with Fall Fest, similar to Muskie Fest. And
Hmm.
obviously, planning for that has been well underway. It's everything from live music to kids games to the vendors to our downtown stores. Obviously, have a chance there too to have sidewalk sales. As a chamber, we're going to run a brat and brew tent as we traditionally do, and it's going to be fun for everybody. It's just it's hard for me anyway, to imagine that we're talking about fall already. We
I
actually
know.
still have a fair amount of summer left, so let's enjoy it. I think we have a
Yeah,
lot of good weather yet, but our falls are beautiful up here, and that's the good thing. We're going to transition into that here before long. So my main message there is would want people already to note the date of Saturday, September 23rd, again for the Hayward Fall Festival. And then of course, a couple weeks later, we get into things like Cranberry Fest as well.
hmm,
And what a huge event that is. I know the week after our Fall Fest, Cable has a Fall Fest. So there's going to be a lot of opportunity for folks coming to Northwest Wisconsin to enjoy the Northwoods coming up.
yeah.
Beautiful time.
I'm hoping that the fall colors don't spread too early because of the drought. Everything's a little stressed, and I've already noticed trees starting to turn, and we're not even out of August yet, and it hasn't even been that cold
It
for
hasn't.
that process to start. But trees are, stressed by the lack of water, and it's kind of helping things turn a little early.
It is. It will be interesting to see whether that earliness continues and we progress that way, or whether it slows down a little bit here
Right.
over the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
We'll find out in time.
Yeah. Now, you're looking for some additional board members on your board. How many seats are open, and what does it take to be a board member of the chamber?
Yep, we have two seats open. We have a 12-person board, and we have a rotating situation in which somebody can serve. The terms, I should say, are 3-year terms. Somebody can serve up to 2 consecutive terms. And we have a system in which to support both continuity as well as a fresh infusion of new thoughts and ideas and perspectives. It's a system where, our board, we've got several spots generally each year that come up. This year it happens to be just 2. We have, in given years, it may be 4 or 5 slots. But we have 2 open positions this year for our board of directors, and we are getting down to the wire. That's why I'm glad you brought that up, because anybody that is interested, and the eligibility guidelines is simply to be an employee, a manager, an owner, any of the above of one of our current members. And we've got over about 370 members right now, different businesses and organizations. So somebody certainly has to be associated with one of our members to be eligible,
right?
To put their hat in the ring, so to speak, for our board positions. And then what happens is once we collect the bio info here by the end of this month, we will send that information out to our membership in September, and they will have several weeks to vote upon those board members who will be put into place in January of 2024. So the term will actually start in January of 2024.
Okay.
Being on our board involves a number of things. I will say this: we do term our board a working board, meaning that we put on, several events, several really large events throughout the year, as well as smaller events. And we do certainly both appreciate and rely upon our board for their assistance with those types of things as well. So that's where the working part comes into play. Our board, we have board meetings once a month, executive board meetings also once a month, at a time slot, to accommodate folks' schedules. We have different situations, scenarios, discussions we talk about all year long with the chamber. So the board serves as a really great advisory committee, if you will, as well as situations come up, as opportunities come up for us. So anybody that's interested in that is out there, that is associated with one of our members, we certainly encourage you to come forth and let me know, or our president, Susan Fibert of Friends and Bank and Trust, let either one of us know if you have questions. We'll be glad to answer anything for you.
Sure. Now, I saw on your list of things to talk about, this one seems a little early in the season, but you're already doing the holiday raffle.
Yeah, you're right. It is early in the season.
It's like Walmart putting out Halloween things and Christmas decorations already, and now you're talking about a holiday raffle.
Yeah, and we definitely don't want to skip over those things. We've got a lot of cool stuff coming up before, the holidays time specifically. But we, at the same time, for those that want to get their tickets early, we've had such a nice response these last couple of years.
Yeah.
Some years we've actually sold out of our ticket allotment because we do limit the number of raffle tickets that we sell. It's going to be 1,200 total tickets. So this year we thought, well, why not? We'll at least make them available. We expect sales to probably pick up as we get closer to holidays, although we never know. I mean, once they're gone, they're gone. So maybe folks will want to get in early. But it's the Hayward Holiday Raffle. Hopefully folks out there are familiar with it, in which during the month of December, and starting on December 1st specifically, we will do drawings daily, and we have our partners at the Superior Choice Credit Union that kicks in between us and the proceeds taken in from the tickets, and Superior Choice Credit Union, who is also kicking in cash as our sponsor. We have daily drawings that can be $50, $100. There's some drawings that are $250, and then our grand prize will be $1,500 on December 22nd, I believe is what it is scheduled for.
Sure.
And the unique thing about this raffle is once somebody wins, or if somebody wins and your ticket is drawn, it actually day to the hopper and can be drawn again. So theoretically, somebody could win multiple times. We've had that happen before. So that's kind of a neat thing about it as well. Somebody can buy as many tickets as they want. Tickets are going to be $10 for those, as they have been the last couple of years. So I want to mention, as traditionally they are, the tickets are available here in our Hayward Information Center for purchase, and they're already going to be for purchase. Within a couple of weeks, they're also going to be available at our ticket partner for the holiday raffle, which is the Senex, Northern Lakes Senex in Corner Valley. So you will be able to buy them there as well. So there's 2 different options of where to pick those up. And that'll be in a couple weeks' time. They'll be available at the Cemex. So we're looking forward to all of that.
Yeah.
So yeah, you are right. It's a little bit early. But hey, why not spread the holiday cheer all year?
And with that holiday raffle, it's starting to mark, the end of the season and annual dinner time. When is the date for the annual dinner?
Yes, our Chamber's annual awards dinner is coming up on November 2nd. That's a Thursday evening. That for us, and we hope for our membership, is a very special evening each year. It's going to be at Flat Creek Lodge this year.
Yeah.
And, it's again a chance for us to pause and recognize so many great things that have happened over the year, particularly within our membership ranks. We have various business award categories, actually, that the nominations are already available for those, which is another thing I wanted to throw out this morning, is that the nominations are open. You can go to haywardareachamber.com to find information on that. We have award categories. I'll just rattle them off really quickly because we've got 7 different categories. We've got large business of the year. That's defined by employees of 25 or more at a given business. A small business of the year, which 25 employees or less. Also, a new business or new business ownership of the year is another category. We also have a category for outstanding employee, director, or manager of the year. And we split that into 2 categories, by the way. We have that for a for-profit business, as well as an outstanding employee, director, manager of the year for a nonprofit organization. I mean, we have over 60 nonprofit organizations that are members of our chamber alone. So there are a lot of those out there doing great things for the area. We also have a volunteer of the year. That's pretty darn fitting for our community. As volunteer strong as we are, we're able to recognize 1 per year. And then we have a service organization of the year award. So those are our award categories. We encourage folks out there to submit nominations in those given categories, multiple categories, whatever you want to do. Because we're going to be recognizing both the nominees and then actually a winner is picked in each category as well.
Okay.
And that's going to take place on November 2nd at our annual awards dinner. So we're really, really excited about that.
And the steakhouse does a great job. I was there for a dinner. I think we did a couple years ago. There was there again, and it was very, very good.
Well, just to note, this year we're actually at Flat Creek.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Flat Creek Lodge. It certainly has been at the steakhouse, and I 100% concur with everything you just said. Steakhouse has been a wonderful host. Flat Creek has hosted in the past as well. They've done a wonderful job.
Yeah.
We're looking forward to going back.
Yep. Hayward Lakes Vacation Guide. We're looking for some ads and commitments for that. When's the deadline?
Well, it's coming up. We really would like to hear from everybody by the end of the month. If there's a few, if there's some that trickle in after that, we will see and determine if we can still accept those ads. But we really, just because it's a pretty big production, the sooner somebody can commit to an ad, the better. This book is produced actually by our good partners right here in our building at the Hayward Lakes Visitor Convention Bureau. Yeah. This is an annual guide that if there is one, quote, Bible, so to speak, of tourism information for the area, this is the one. And it's produced each year. There's going to be 76,000 hard copies produced this year. It is available in digital form as well, because we get obviously a lot of digital views. But I think that number of 76,000 can tell you that, people actually do still seek and crave and want, that tangible guide in their hands. That is mailed out throughout the year, and that our building gets requests throughout the year for people wanting that mailed to them, which is done. People stop in, pick one up. And then they are distributed. Our Hayward Lakes Visitor Convention Bureau distributes them on racks throughout the region. For folks throughout the state, for that matter. They're taken to sports shows over the winter, within the upper Midwest, given out. So it's a really key guide. And the cool thing is, us as part allows our members to advertise in this guide. And we feel they're very affordable. I mean, we at a chamber, we know what marketing costs, and we're pretty proud to be able to bring what we feel is really nice value to our members to be able to to advertise themselves and their wares in this guide each year. So contact us if you haven't committed already and you want to.
Yeah, yeah, well, it is a good publication, and that is a lot of copies. I didn't realize there was that many copies going out. But you think about, like you said, everybody that calls up and requests that's sent out, bigger conventions and meeting groups that come in are supplied with those things. And I know the Convention Bureau is very active in promoting Hayward and the Hayward area. So that Bible, as you say, is very, very important, and it's good for our small businesses in the area to be seen on a national and sometimes international level with Berkey folks coming into town.
Yeah, which is a good point. Yeah, it crosses borders. I can tell you actually, as far as the hands that gets into. So
Yeah.
And it's just so well done. I know Advanced Printing here locally is who actually ultimately prints that guide and just does a wonderful job each year on that as well.
Yep. Yep. Well, anything else on the calendar that's coming up before Fall Fest or directly after Fall Fest? What's happening in the area?
Yeah, there is lots, so I can't possibly mention all of them. But
Right,
speaking of
the calendar's right there in front of you, isn't it?
yeah. Well, actually, I do have a calendar right in front of me. I won't be able to mention everything. There's so much going on. The one thing I would say, but I do want a couple of things. Just in a couple of weeks, we have a really special event actually coming up at the Park Center. It's a film premiere of a film that's been produced in conjunction with the Ovarian Cancer Symptom Awareness, who is an organization, many may know them as OXA, who is putting on, really, this has been an 18-month project actually, and it's a short film that's called The Story of a Northwoods Community Making a Difference. Various people throughout the Hayward area have been interviewed for this film and talking about both the Northwoods, the ovarian cancer symptom awareness, talking about what they do, what they're all about, raising awareness and keeping people as healthy and safe as possible. That's going to be a really cool event. It's Thursday, September 14th at the Park Center. Tickets, I know, are actually still available. There's sponsorship opportunities available there too for businesses.
Sure.
So that's cool. That's a Thursday evening. Also coming up on September 16th, of course, we have the Chequamegon 40 Mountain Bike Festival, which is such a staple here and has been now for so long. That's coming up on that date. And the really cool thing, that same day, the Hayward Lions Club has their Oktoberfest, which now is the third annual Oktoberfest that's taking place at the Sawyer County Fairgrounds. So that, again, is Saturday, September 16th. So, and that's from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. They have everything from, German food, pretzels, beer, wine, music, polka band. They've got axe throwing, I know, this year. They got art and crafts vendors. That's a really cool event. That's actually just the week before Fall Fest. So much cool stuff going on. Again, that's going to be at the fairgrounds, so please note that. So those are just a couple I'll highlight, but just to let you know, we've got, if you go to haywardareachamber.com, click on our events tab, that's where we like to think we've got about as comprehensive a list of activities and events going on in the area as you're going to find.
Yeah.
So we always do encourage people to check that out, to find out.
Well, and what I've done, you actually use a Google Map feature for your calendar of events, and I've shared that calendar and merged it on my personal Google Calendar, and it shows up there. It's just amazing that you can add this to your Google Calendar and everything is there, so I don't have to keep. And every time you do an update on the calendar on your website, it automatically updates on mine. So if people really want to know and keep up to date, at the very bottom right corner of your calendar, it's a plus symbol, and then it says Google Calendar, and basically that adds it to your individual Google Calendar. Bet you didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm so glad that you mentioned that, Mark. I think there's probably a very small percentage of folks that realize that. That facilitates, because I know you get to every single event, right? I don't know how you do it.
I do.
that is such a cool feature. I mean, this day and age, the technology that is out there, it can be overwhelming at times, but you know what? It also can be pretty simple in many ways to execute, and just makes life that much more convenient.
Yep, it is. It's a very nice feature. So I'm glad you use that software, the Google software to do that. That makes it easy. So
It's extremely functional, and it also
oh,
allows us to cram a lot in there.
wow.
We look at it as kind of a no frills type
Yeah,
of challenge
yeah,
on
yep,
getting as much in there as we can.
you bet. Well,
Yep.
Chris, great. Thank you so much for wow, lots of stuff happening. And again, people can find out more information if they go to haywardareachamber.com,
Yep.
and all the information there about all these events that we talked about is there. Chris, thank you so much for sharing with us. I appreciate the time that you've had with us.
You bet. Always a pleasure, Mark. Thanks so much. Have a great Friday.
You as well. Take care.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.